national statistics shouldn't be of concern. I felt like there was no point engaging with him. In January, I contacted him again to speak to him about how Nottinghamshire police conducted themselves, arresting me after a protest in January. Committing misfeasance in public office is what I alleged, and the police executive ignored me. So, for those of you that don't already know, I was grabbed from behind by 2 male officers on dispersal from a protest. The police said could go ahead. I have video evidence. I was documenting the march on my camera and recited a poem about the BBC outside the BBC building. Then when I was leaving, surrounded by less people as the protest had dispersed, I allege I was assaulted, grabbed in the street from behind without being spoken to first, which led me to have a complex PTSD meltdown, panic attack, flashbacks of domestic violence, but the police would not let go of me. No matter how much I explained or protested, in and out of disassociation, all they said was I was breaching COVID regulations, even though I told them I was documenting, all with a camera around my neck, and others confirming I was filming for them. Professionals who were on the scene, who know my PTSD and domestic and sexual violence history, tried to get the police off me and explain that I was being re-traumatized. But no one cared. I begged for female officers, but the few there wouldn't help. I was told I wasn't detained, so I tried to walk away, only to be surrounded by 15 to 20 mainly male officers. I was terrified and panicking, half dissociated watching it happen, half flashbacking to traumatic experiences. I was surrounded by all these officers, hands all over me, trying to put me in handcuffs as I had a panic attack, whilst reliving being raped. All these 50 to 20 officers for 5'3" me. Completely unnecessary. I was in so much panic. In the back of the van, in the back of the van, I escaped my handcuffs. By this point, I calmed down a bit. The van stopped. I presumed we were at Bridewell, but no. They dragged me out the van so aggressively to recuff me that random members of the public tried to intervene. The sergeant pinched me purposely during the recuffing. I was not charged or cautioned. I was told I'd receive a fine in the post and given a 48-hour dispersal order from town. But do you know what I since found out? From a Freedom of Information request. There is no history on the police national computer of my alleged arrest that day. Nor did I ever receive a fine. So, in my opinion, what I allege, this was misfeasance in public office. Multiple officers breached their own oath. I was wrongfully arrested, falsely imprisoned, assaulted, battered and kidnapped, all to obtain my details under duress. The sergeant who took me in told the desk sergeant that I was one of the main ones, all for reading a poem. And now I'm supposed to trust the police to investigate themselves? It's a joke. Where was the outcry when I was the victim of police brutality? Oh yes, that's right. I didn't matter because I'm just a crazy conspiracy theorist. Selective for women needs to stop. My arrest had thousands of views, but no one really wanted to help. Some even said I overreacted. But if you don't have PTSD, I don't expect you to understand how one can react when re-traumatised and in flashback, literally reliving domestic violence and rape because the police abused their powers and wouldn't listen to the damage they were causing. I wasn't even offered medical assistance at the police station, which leads me to the current debate. Moving forward into a fascist state, if the new policing bill passes, Hitler will rise from his grave. Hell will be partying in flames, laughing at the government's evil regime. Now, I can't profess to be an expert on the new bill. It's over 300 pages long and I haven't had the time yet, but here's the gist I'm getting. Police will have more powers. Do we really want that when they already abuse the ones they have? We need an investigation into police forces and the Crown Prosecution Service's dealings with domestic and sexual violence, not a subjective law that makes serious annoyance illegal. Bojo, the police, the Tories, and even Labour too annoy the hell out of me. Sir Starmer had to be pushed into opposing this new bill. But the elite's annoyances and criminal activity won't get them locked up for 10 years, but it could me or you. It will be the public and protesters that are targeted. So we must stand up, unite and revolt. Say no more to this tyrannical government. The new bill kills democracy and gives a clearly corrupt police force subjective tyrannical powers. It doesn't increase minimum sentences for rapists and stalkers. It doesn't make street harassment a crime, nor does it fast-track rape or serious sexual assault cases. But what it does include, drum roll please! Thank you. Oh, I lost my place. What it does include is a higher sentence for damaging a statue than the minimum sentence for rape. So, yes ladies, damaging what's likely to be a statue of some rich white dude will be punished more harshly than raping you. Shame we ain't all Medusa. The bill proposes to criminalise trespass, so your nice country walk or camp could turn into a criminal offence. Proposals threatening van camping is a direct attack on the traveller community and feels a bit too close to ethnic cleansing to me. The government wants our freedoms. I warned after Brexit our human rights would be destroyed, and hardly anyone wanted to listen. Everyone's been too busy bickering, infighting between those who should be allies as accusations fly, creating divide upon divide instead of unifying for all human rights. I won't say names here, but it's become clear there are male community leaders who are guilty. It's time to fess up and say sorry. Let's end misogyny together. Call out your brothers. We've all done and turned a blind eye to something inappropriate. Because every group chat has that one or two guys that take things too far, adding to rape sympathy and culture. We will stand for it no more. Women are done with being silent. Men, stand with us. Join me on these last few lines, everyone. Repeat after me. misogyny! End violence against women! Kill the bill! Kill the patriarchy! And you know what? I've done my best not to swear through this entire thing, but